Robbie Joseph claimed career best figures of 6 for 47 on a day in which another 16 wickets fell at Grace Road in the LV County Championship, but Leicestershire still have work to do to complete a win over visitors Glamorgan. Glamorgan began the second morning on 25 for 5 in their first innings, 224 runs behind, and being asked to follow on looked a distinct possibility after a dreadful start once Joseph had Jim Allenby legged before in the day's third over. Glamorgan were in tatters on 34 for 7 when Joseph, who'd already taken 2 wickets on the previous evening, bowled Mark Wallace with a beauty. 66 runs were still required to avoid that follow-on, and the Welshmen were indebted to Graham Wagg, who batted in a belligerent manner to just about keep his side in this contest. He took the attack back to Leicestershire as the Glamorgan innings followed the pattern of the Leicestershire one, with the lower order coming to the rescue. Wagg is, of course, no mug with the bat. This was an important and much needed innings from him. For a while he was well supported by the night watchman Dean Kosker, as the pair, sometimes streakily, added 45 runs for the 8th wicket. But with a total on 79, Kosker's resistance was ended by Nadeem Malik, who had the spinner caught in the slips by Ramnaresh Sarwan for 20. So still the follow-on was a threat, and Wagg had to keep going to ensure that his side avoided being asked to bat again. That he and Robert Croft did before, with a total on 115, Croft gave Joseph, who was released by Kent in the close season, his 5th wicket. And he made it 6 for 47 by finally removing Wagg, who uppercut to Ned Eckersley after making 42. Glamorgan were all out for 124 to trail by 125. And as it turned out, Leicestershire needed that lead. They made a better start than in the first innings when they lost 2 wickets with the first 2 balls, but only 14 runs were on the board when Greg Smith mistimed a pull shot off Hugh Waters to Wagg. Jacques du Toit also avoided both the king pair and the regular one, much to his relief, as Leicestershire looked to take complete control. However, as it was to turn out, only he and Matthew Boyce reached double figures. Boyce scored 11, but was then trapped in front by Allenby. Wagg's fine day continued when he bowled Sarwan with a delicious slower ball for 1 to leave Leicestershire on 41 for 3. And their next ball, Wagg struck again, this time bowling Joshua Cobb with a full-length in-swinger. Thanks to Wagg, Glamorgan were back in the match, but Leicestershire knew that one good innings from somewhere would be the difference, and du Toit planned on being the man to supply it. But he needed someone to stick with him. Eckersley couldn't, as he was bowled by Moses Enriquez for 8 at 63 for 5. The lead was closing in on 200 when Wagg got in on the action once again, this time hitting the stumps of Wayne White just before tea. Du Toit then was now the key wicket, but Glamorgan weren't going to get him out by feeding him easy pickings off his legs. A shorter, straighter ball did for him after the break. Ben Wright took the catch to remove du Toit for 40 at 85 for 7, the lead at 210. Claude Henderson then flashed and edged a ball from Waters behind to go for 9, and he was followed in the very next over by Malik, who offered Allenby a simple enough slip catch. Leicestershire had slumped to 92 for 9 and were handing the game back to their opponents. In a low-scoring contest such as this, every single run is absolutely crucial. Joseph and Hoggard survived for half an hour in adding 18 important ones before Joseph played a delivery from Allenby back onto his stumps. So Leicestershire were all out for just 110, the totals decreasing as the game goes on, and Glamorgan, now needing 236 runs to win, lost Gareth Rees before the close. Joseph again the wicket taker for his 7th of the match. Some debut. If he can continue his magnificent form into day 3, which will certainly be the last unless the weather intervenes, then Leicestershire should start with a win. Glamorgan will resume on 21 for 1, needing a further 215 runs for a victory themselves.